I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, Mrs. Burns, please.
Mrs. Hallenbeck?
Present.
Mr. Cirillo is absent with prior notice. Mr. Allen is also absent with prior notice. Mrs. Bowman?
Here.
Mr. Kovitz is absent with prior notice. Mrs. Lafferty?
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Here.
Mr. Sporny?
Here.
And Mr. Sullivan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The board met in executive session this evening to discuss matters related to administrative appointments, including an interim business manager, the Director of Educational Operations position, and student-related matters. Any announcements, Mrs. Burns?
No announcements.
Superintendent's report, Mr. Bowman?
Thank you, Ms. Hallenbach. Yesterday, I enjoyed visiting our Election Day professional development seminars from across the district. Our elementary teachers, counselors, and specialists met at Tawanka and Furtabar. Our secondary teachers all gathered at the high school. Schedules are packed with training for some new curricular initiatives, including Link It, Student Hub, Structured Literacy, and Magnetic Reading. I'd like to thank Ms. Burkholder and her team for putting the day together, and our teaching staff for their efforts. Every PD day is extremely important in the district. This week, Maple Point will once again be honoring our local veterans with a ceremony on Thursday morning. Our facility staff did their usual excellent job painting the American flag on the field outside, which was moved a bit this year due to our construction project next door, but nonetheless looks amazing. We look forward to welcoming our veterans here to Maple Point tomorrow. The lawn outside Carl Sandburg Middle School was also decorated with hundreds of American flags to honor veterans this week. Students and staff at Sandburg raised money for the Disabled American Veterans Group, who will be placing small American flags on the lawn for each donation. A couple of weeks ago, Neshaminy High School hosted over 50 students from 6 high schools, including our own, who participated in Senator for a Day. State Senator Frank Farry and his staff put together a terrific program where students were given small sample bills to craft and debate in committees, and then larger group voted on them in a mock Senate session. It was a great learning opportunity for our kids to find about the importance and inner workings of our legislative system, and we'd like to thank Senator Farry for bringing this to them and for everything he does for our district. And finally, the colorful artwork this month displayed in the boardroom is from the students of Miller, Hoover, and Buck Elementary. So please take a minute to enjoy that when you can. And that's all I have, Ms. Almbach.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Is there anybody signed up for public comment?
No sign-ups.
Okay. Moving right along, I'd like to make a master motion for 2.01 Consulting Agreement Klein, 2.02 Consulting Agreement PASBO, 2.03 Consulting Agreement Transportation Department, 2.04 Administrative Appointments, 2.05 Certificated Retirements Resignations, 2.06 Certificated Appointments, 2.07 Certificated Leaves of Absence, 2.08 Certificated Revised Leaves of Absence, 2.09 Support Retirements Resignations, 2.10 Support Appointments, 2.11 Support Revised Leaves of Absence, 2.12 First Reading of Policy, and 2.13 Policy Retirement. I would also like to note under 2.05 Certificated Retirements and Resignations, we have 2 names listed, Wendy Robeson with 30.3 years and Susan Schneider, 31 years. Thank you for your dedication to Neshaminy. There's been a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please? Second by Mr. Sullivan. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? Vote passes.
There was point of order. Was that a no on which one was it?
I said aye after the no vote. Yes, that's a no vote for that.
It's a no vote. Okay. Was it a no vote or?
Yes.
Okay. So whatever he voted no on, you have to pull it out and vote on it separately and take a roll call.
Okay. So then I have to read the whole motion again?
Well, if
Do I need to specify?
specify which one.
I was voting no on 2.04.
Okay, so how do I fix the motion?
Just,
Master, I'll leave 2104 out.
So do I just revise this one, or just, because it's already a first and a second?
redo the motion without 2.04 and then do 2.04 separately.
Okay. Okay. Going to start again with a motion for 2.01 consulting agreement Klein, 2.02 consulting agreement, 2.03 consulting agreement Transportation Department, 2.05 certificated retirements and resignations. Again, thank you, Wendy Robeson, for 30.3 years and Susan Schneider for 31 years for your dedication to Neshaminy. 2.06 certificated appointments, 2.07 certificated leaves of absence, 2.08 certificated revised leaves of absence, 2.09 support retirements resignations, 2.10 support appointments, 2.11 support revised leaves of absence, 2.12 first reading of policy, and 2.13 policy retirement. There's been a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please? Second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Vote passes 6-0. 2.04 administrative appointments. Resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the following This says retirements and resignation. Approves the following appointments of administrative staff. There are 2 names on the list. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bowman. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
I actually have a comment or concern. Are we able to say retirements or resignations? That's okay?
No, I changed it to appointments.
Gotcha.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Abstentions? I need a roll call.
Need a roll call.
Okay. Mrs. Burns, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bowman?
Yes.
Mrs. Hallenbeck?
Yes.
Mrs. Lafferty?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mr. Sporny?
No.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
It's 5 yes, 1 no.
Okay, where are we?
3.01.
Items for approval at the public board meeting at the next meeting, which is November 21st. 3.01 routine business matters, 3.02 Sunday facility usage, 3.03 resolution to not raise taxes above the Act 1 index, 3.04 overnight trips, 3.05 student settlement agreement, 3.06 Special Olympic Pennsylvania MOU. Committee reports. The next business operations meeting is November 29th, 6:30, right here in this room. We will be discussing the budget amongst other things. Education development, Mrs. Bowman, please.
There's no new updates. Our next meeting will take place next Tuesday, November 14th, here in the boardroom at 6:30.
Mr. Sullivan, please, facilities and planning.
Next meeting will be on November 16th in this room.
Do either one of the gentlemen have any updates for for policy, for Mr. Cirillo, since he's not here? I don't know if there is any or not. Those of you that are on the policy committee?
No real update. We did meet a week or two ago to walk through the current series. We meet, I believe, in a few months, again, to continue that process. We're in an ongoing process to update all of the policies for the district, going by PSBA and working through everything together.
We do not have any updates on the IU board since Mr. Cirillo is not here. Neshaminy Education Foundation, Mr. Sporny, please.
Sure, I have that. This has been a very busy month for the NEF. On Monday, the championship round of the first ever district castleball tournament was held at the high school. Individual tournaments were previously held at each elementary and middle school, and the winning teams competed in the finals. Over 400 students participated in the new event, which was a fundraiser for the NEF. Each student donated $5 to participate. Many thanks to the Neshaminy physical education teachers that ran the school level events and helped at the championship. And a very special thanks to lead physical education teacher Brian Ferris Kelly for his tremendous effort organizing the games at all levels. The kids had a great time, and the plan is to make this an annual event. On November 20th, the NEF is hosting the second annual Alumni Achievement Award ceremony at the high school. 6 Neshaminy alumni will be honored, 5 in person, and 1 will join by video. The honorees are Dr. Matthew Claus, NHS class of 2000, a professor of music education at Ithaca College, Senator Frank Farry, class of 1990, the state senator for our district, Major Robert Gula, class of 07, maintenance officer for the Air Force Thunderbirds team, Karen O'Donnell, class of 87, an attorney with Stark & Stark, Brian Jacoby, class of 93, HVAC instructor at Eastern Center for the Arts and Technology, and last but certainly not least, Martin Schwartz, PhD, class of 72, professor of cardiology, biomedical engineering, and cell biology at Yale University. Congratulations to this year's honorees for making the Neshaminy proud. Finally, this year's NEF Eagles ticket raffle was the most successful ever. Congratulations to our winner, Rich Fowler, a parent of 2 children in the district who purchased his ticket at the Tawanka Back to School Night. Thanks to all who supported the NEF with their raffle ticket purchases. The next meeting of the NEF board will be held here at Maple Point on Monday, November 13th at 4 p.m. Members of the community are invited to attend and participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sporny. PSBA, Ms. Lafferty, any updates?
Not at this time. Thank you.
Technical school, I know Ms. Bowman is going to be giving that report tonight.
So we are in the application process has started for Bucks County Technical High School. The open house is going to be held tomorrow night, Thursday, November 9th, from 6 to 8 at the tech school. That's an opportunity for students, potential students, 8th graders, and their parents to walk through the tech school and gain more information. The application process will start November 27th through December 1st, and those applications must be dropped off in person by a parent at the tech school. Then the lottery will take place on December 14th at 9 a.m. in the auditorium at the tech school, and students will receive written notification of acceptance mid-March. So if any 8th grade student that is interested in applying for the technical high school next year for 9th grade, that process has started with the open house tomorrow night. Please contact your guidance counselors if you have any questions or need an application. And our next meeting will be November 27th.
Thank you, Mrs. Bowman. That brings us to the closing of the meeting. Second opportunity for public comment. Does anybody would like to have public comment? Future topics? Board comment, is there anything you would like to add for the good of the cause, Mr. Bowman?
No, nothing.
Board comment? Future meetings. As Ms. Bowman said, there is the Educational Development Committee meeting on 11/14, 6:30 in this room. Facilities and Planning is scheduled for the 16th at 6:30 in this room. The next board executive meeting, board public meeting is 11/21 at 7 o'clock here. Business operations, 11/29, 6:30. And then the public school board reorganization, 7 p.m. on the 4th of December. With that, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. May I have a second, please? Second by Mr. Sullivan. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.